I'm Sarah.
And I'm Kirsty.
So today's topic is...
Well, dinner table syndrome.
I hate those three words.
Literally.
Hate them. How to best summarize dinner table syndrome? Imagine sitting around with family, friends, anyone who are all talking. Oh wait, if you're hearing, imagine they're all signing and you yourself speak and you don't know any sign language. Or imagine if you're deaf. Well, actually, you don't have to imagine it. This is a real phenomenon. Imagine just sitting around, everyone talking, there's noisy environment, there's music, cooking, there's a dog barking or something. There's so much noise. And you yourself, you sign, but no one else signs. They're all speaking and you can't understand it. You can't engage in a conversation. And that's one big example, but it's not always that. It can be at work, there's chatter, there's meetings, you can't hear it. Maybe someone's sitting too far from you, you can't lip read them, you can't hear what they're saying. Maybe you're sitting on the bus or on the train, you can hear the traffic, the noise or the tunnel. There's someone speaking next to you, but you can't hear it. Imagine that every day, day in, day out. You struggle to access speech, communication. You can't communicate. There's barriers. That is dinner table syndrome. The best way to explain it is sitting around a table on a holiday, Christmas, New Year's, Hanukkah, Thanksgiving, Eid, whatever it is, whatever the occasion is, everyone's sitting around talking and no one's signing, so you can't understand. That's what it is.
And a lot of people think that dinner table syndrome is only happening during special occasions, but no, it happens every day. For a lot of deaf people, it's our everyday life. We face barriers every single day at work, every day. Even going to the shops, if you don't understand what the shop worker is saying, they roll their eyes and they say never mind. It makes you feel like, okay.
Yeah, school as well.
Yes.
It can be with your friend group, 3 of you, 4 of you, they're all talking and you just don't understand. Oh, what did you say? Oh, don't worry, it doesn't matter, whatever. And it can develop inside jokes that you don't understand because you can't understand the conversation. There's barriers. It can happen in small situations, big situations, and that's very isolating. And sometimes it makes us shut down and mask our true feelings, and we pretend to understand what you're saying. We can pretend and be like, oh, if everyone's laughing, we laugh as well. If everyone's sad, we're sad as well. We copy what we think we have to do. If someone asks us a question, we gauge whether to say yes, no, or later, or have a response based on what we think they've said, not actually what they've said, because we can't access what you've said. And the best way to deal with that is learn basic sign language. Literally. You don't have to be fluent. Just learn basic sign language. Just make sure you can communicate whoever you know is deaf in your life. Why don't you know sign language? If you have someone who is a loved one that is deaf, why don't you know basic sign language for them? Because you're dependent on the fact that they can hear and speak.
Yes,
that's very cheeky.
Exactly.
That's very cheeky.
You can't always expect the deaf person to accommodate to you. You have to accommodate to them too. It's exhausting. Deaf people experience mental health issues because we face so many barriers. There's other reasons as well, individual reasons, but majority of us experience communication barriers or not being able to understand or access language. So if you can accommodate to a deaf person and make a difference to their life, go for it. What's stopping you?
Literally, it's isolating, it's upsetting, it's frustrating. It can break a lot of relationships. You can lose friends because of it. A lot of families will stop going to their hearing families for dinner because they can't access the communication. You can have a partner who's deaf and they refuse to go home for the holidays, they would rather go with you because only you know sign language, only you can help them with something like that. It's very isolating, frustrating, it impacts relationships, it impacts families, because what if the deaf person had children and they've never met their grandparents because the grandparents refused to learn sign language for that child? So it impacts their relationship with the grandchildren. Like, it's so much bigger than just, oh, they just don't understand this one conversation. That one conversation can mean anything. It can be the last time you talk with that person. Because they could turn around and think, you're too toxic for me. You're not matching my communication needs. Therefore, I'm cutting you off. In that conversation, you might think, oh, never mind, I'll tell you later, but you never get that opportunity to tell them later because the person's already decided, I'm cutting you off. Like, so you need to be considerate of how people can feel when they can't access the conversations or they experience those barriers. Like, going to the shop can be a struggle, keeping up relationship can be a struggle because people aren't making the effort to engage the deaf person in conversation.
Yes. And one other thing that's really annoys me as well is a lot of hearing people will look at a deaf person who is isolating themselves and be like, oh, you're being rude, why are you on the phone, why are you doing this? Why do you think? Because I'm not included. Why are you blaming me? I hate that.
If I speak, if I speak,
so many times.
That. I don't have anything else to add. That's it. If I speak, it will be here forever. I can't tell you the number of times I've heard that. I've been labelled as a rude person, as someone who's always shutting down. Why do you think that is?
Mm-hmm.
Like, this makes me mad.
Yeah.
Anyways, dinner table syndrome. There's a lot of like resources and information out there for you to research more. Like, so many people talk about this, but it's still a thing because people refuse to learn basic sign language. They refuse to learn basic communication tips. Like, make sure you're making eye contact with the person. Make sure you tap to get their attention or wave their hand in front of them. Make sure the environment's not too loud. Make sure there's plenty of light. There's so many different things you can implement into your routine to make sure the deaf person can access what you tell them. There's so many communication tips and advice to make sure the deaf person is accommodated for. But a lot of people just refuse. They're like, whatever, it doesn't matter. It's just one person. They're really dismissive about it. Like, they're the minority. Really? Don't think like that.
No. I feel like everything we've said in this video, if you watch it and then afterwards you don't do anything, you're the problem.
Ooh.
Like, you're the problem.
Good night. Good night. Thank you for watching.
Thank you.
Make sure you like,
comment,
share,
subscribe.
Perfect. See you later. Mwah.
Bye-bye.